Hey everyone, Eric Counts here to tell you about the HELPcard program. This is a really exciting new program that we're happy to offer people that are looking for funding for their Renatus education. Now, we're going to talk about how the product works and how it affects your business. This video is only going to take a couple of minutes, so be sure to watch it through before you make your choice at the bottom as to whether to opt into this program or not. The HELPcard is a revolving line. It works much like a vendor or store credit card, kind of like if you had a Lowe's card that you could only spend at Lowe's, or if you had a Sears card that you could only spend that at Sears. This card allows applicants to obtain a card or a line of credit that they can spend with Renatus. So it's very, very exciting moving forward. This card it fills a large niche of mid-level credit-worthy people who are currently underserviced. These are people that currently right now only have the option of going to a 20% down UGA type of program. This is going to allow them to find their way into that funding realm as well, and hopefully allow them to get their education funded up front. Now, we still do an assessment. The program requires an assessment just like the other funding options, and we still keep the same current process of registering on getfundedonline.com. They'll provide a credit report, and even though the credit assessment and the requirements are significantly easier, they're still credit-based, so we still have to view that credit report. Then we will review that assessment, and once that assessment has been completed, we're going to discuss those options to see if they're a good fit for that particular person. And if they are, we're going to do a little bit of paperwork. The paperwork is we have to have an application filled out, and then we have to have a charge slip filled out. It is a two-step process, so it's a little bit more labor intensive than standard funding, but we're going to automate that process quite well so that your applicants won't have much trouble at all going through that. And then they can receive their funding. With that new funding program, the sky is the limit, and it is actually that simple. I do want to talk to you a little bit about the money, because when you use this program, there are some structured commissions that I have to make sure that you're aware of, and make sure that you opt in for that particular program. With standard funding, it's high to minimum credit, so they have to have good scores, they have to have utilization ratios under control, they have to have a good file. On UGA, they have to have a $400 down payment, and it's also important to remember that 27% of UGA applicants later default. Not only that, they do also buy out that good paper. So the ones that are most likely to pay out in full, they tend to buy those out. So your payments are deferred over time. Your commission is deferred over time. With the HELPcard, there's a $95 admin fee. That's the only cost to them. There's no down payment other than that $95 admin fee. It does require OK credit. Now on this one, the commission is paid upfront, but it's adjusted. And I want to tell you a little bit about that. One final thing here. With this program, it is 0% for 6 months. So if a person utilizes this program to fund their essentials, they do have 6 months at no interest, which is really great. Here's the way the adjusted commissions are going to stack up. On a standard $125 commission, if you utilize the HELPcard, it's going to pay out $94.75. On a $500, it's going to pay $379. $1,000. $758. Guys, it's 75.8% of your standard commission. The reason is the lender, because these are lower tiered credit applicants, the lender keeps a portion of that fee. So we don't actually receive, Renatus does not actually receive, CreditNerds doesn't receive, we never actually receive the full amount. So you're paid out 75.8% of your commission, but it's paid out up front. And that matters because when you look at UGA, let's say you put 10 people through their essentials on UGA. You have a $10,000 in possible commissions. Those commissions are deferred over time, and you have a 27% default rate. So you're most likely looking at $7,300 dispersed over a year to 18 months, depending upon how they structure that loan. Now, with the HELPcard, you only get 75.8% of your commissions, but you get that all up front. It's not deferred over time. So a default doesn't matter. If a person uses the HELPcard program and then 4 payments later decides to stop paying for that, it doesn't affect your commission. And what's great is it also doesn't affect their education or their IMA status. So you don't lose them as a part of your team simply because they couldn't afford to pay that particular payment. Now, of course, to keep this program live, we need people to pay those payments, guys. If the program isn't performing, then we could lose this. So we want to make sure that we keep people on their toes and make sure that they keep those payments made on time. And that is the help card. And the question is, are you in? If you are, simply click I agree below in this video, and we will work to get your funding for your prospects with the help card. Remember, it's a 75.8% commission, but it's paid out upfront, and that way you're not worried about whether or not they pay those payments like you are with UGA. Guys, this is Eric Counts with Credit Nerds. If you have any questions, the number is 877-614-6373. We would love to tell you more about how the program works. So anything we can do, just let us know. We'll talk with you guys soon.